they can come back. They've shown that already. But yeah, I mean, Fable, it's just the structure, the organisation, of Fable there. Like you say, even when Fractures was taking one guy out, two guy out, three guy out, Fable still had people in positions where they could close that push to the home hill. They can close that organisation, that setup that Lucent tried to do. So, unlucky from Lucent. As I said, I thought they were going to get back in it, but Fable did a great job in shutting them down. So
that they did, and no one can take that away from them.
Definitely not.
That is why they are currently the best team in Europe, and probably will be for some time by the looks of things.
Definitely.
We're going on to Reclaimed.
We are going on to Reclaimed.
How good's that?
Again, a Fable, fantastic team on this map. They've proved that. We've seen them on stream many times in MLG, Vegas, Mexico. They are very good at this map. So Lucent are going to have to do a big job here to try and, shut them down, to try and stop their big players like Marsh, like Phelpsy, getting those 2v1s, getting those 2v1s.
We're seeing something different here. Sorry to cut you off, but we are seeing completely mix-up of strats here. Look at this big loot that's going on at the bottom. There's going to be a flank kill. Just a second. There it is. Phelpsy gets that flank kill. They're going to be able to take the homes already. They're playing something completely different here. Fable mixing it up. That was really smart. They were like, no, we were getting battered in that last couple of rounds, over on Dam, shotgun-wise. Let's mix it up. And they've just played homes on an opening strat. That's really cool.
I think it was Lucent who played 4 into B. So I think Fable did a good job to adapt their strats and back off whilst look here. Now we see Fable coming in to try and retake B, and Hydrone takes one, Marsh takes one. Is Marsh going to get the second? But Legends does a great job in shutting Craze down, but Marsh does take down Fractures, and Legends is going to back off. But no, again, as I said, Lucent put 4 in that B hill. Fable did a great job in seeing that, recognizing what the strat was, backing off a little bit, letting them get the B ring, and then pushing back as a team. So great adaptability there shown by Fable. They didn't just run at them with shotguns, and like you say, Lucent were on par with them in some stages of that last map. They were on par shotgun-wise, at some stages of that last map. So there you have, they are maybe a little bit thrown off by that Fable. So they're playing this a little bit more strategical.
Yeah, definitely. This honestly is a completely different Fable. They are playing 2-hill escalation. I nearly said 2-hill hockey. I don't know why I said that. They're playing 2-hill escalation. Like, this is not the Fable we know. This is not the Fable we've seen. But my lord, they're looking strong at it, for sure.
Oh, but Lucent here do take down Fable's home, and the points are close. Grim and Phelpsy, though, shutting down Legends.
That they do, and we do see the points being pretty close, 20 points in it. And Cougar's going to do
I'd like to
his
see
best.
Cougars here take a 2-piece at least, but I don't think I'm going to get that.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be looking to hit a shot at this rate. He's got 3 members of Fable surrounding his building. Yeah. It's a full-on siege in the barn there. And now we go back to setups again. Look at this.
Well, Lucent are going to have to do something here because they are down on points by 30 points. They are going to have to do something. They're going to have to take a hill. And Legends, it looks like he's on his own here trying to take a 2v2. He gets taken down by Crim. Fractures takes down Phelpsy. Crim having a good game here so far. Ixus misses that shot, and 14s takes him down, and Craze takes down Furtons. That was very unlucky there. I did see that shot kind of glaze past the Fable player in that B hill, so unlucky there from Lucent. But, right, they had to do something there.
Yeah, I think they made the right choice, right? They identified that Fable are just playing this 2 game. They're not going to come for your home. Let's try and make a push somewhere on the map. Let's try and, play on our terms a little bit. But I don't think the execution was all that great. I think they could clean that up a little bit. But as a first attempt at kind of spotting what Fable are doing on this map.
Definitely.
Lucent are, they're adapting slowly, but they are adapting. And maybe we'll see something in the weapon placements to try and kind of help Lucent break this 2-hill setup. I'm thinking either something like a long shot, something like an M-bar, or a drop shot to kind of push people out of position, right?
Definitely.
However, it looks like we're hovering the double slots, so potentially some grenades coming in.
No, I reckon this is going to be And marks her. Oh, see, look, I'm psychic.
was
I'm
on the
psychic.
screen.
I'm psychic. Look at me. No, you know, I don't think one round in they're going to do anything too drastic. You know, if it comes to 2-3-0 Fable's way, then maybe Team Lucent might consider putting a boom at Barn or doing something big. But I think, you know, that was unlucky from Lucent. I think it was back and forth. Lucent made some great plays, you know, whilst Fable were, you know, trying to make a run. So. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens here. I think doing pretty much the same thing. Legends is into the bowl. He's got 2 players with him of Fable, but they decide to take the other side, which is a clever play.
They're going to get pincered here, though, from behind.
This is going to, yeah, they are.
Fable come back out of the ball. I don't think I actually saw the members of Fable go in there. Although the double pincer action is happening with Lucent looping around apples. And Fortin's just going to try and get out with his life as quickly as possible. 3 members are dead from Lucent, and Fortin's does fall, so that will be 4.
And yeah, now we're going to see Fable set up again. I wouldn't be surprised if they start setting up again like they did in the last round. Like you say, they are looking a lot more methodical now. Phelps, he's just hiding around the corner, but does miss the shot, so that's very unlucky. But they are looking a lot more methodical now. They're looking a lot more strategic in their play. So, you know, this is very good to see from Fable, definitely. Very good to see from Fable. And again, Team Lucent are on the other end of they need to make a play. Early points, so sorry, you know, excuse me, but they will need to make a play very soon if it carries on like this. Yeah,
definitely so. And it's going to be interesting to see how Lucent do react to this. Phelps, he does take down Cougars as he's making the flank up the middle set of stairs. Xuth managing to trade out with fractures. We're still seeing a deficit though for Team Lucent, and the home hill is being decapped as well. So Fable currently getting all of the points.
Oh, he's taken down.
Do you think they're going to get the C hill?
Yeah.
Yeah. They've had enough of the 2 cap.
Crim's an absolute monster in this situation, isn't he? He's just such a great player. Massive shout out to him. He played fantastically in LG Vegas. And you know, we saw it there, that little flick shot over the cover takes the head of the Lucent player. So, but yeah, that was really good to see from Fable. I love that. You know, methodical at the start, then they pushed on as soon as they started to get the kill count up. Then they pushed on to take the trip cap. So great round by Fable. And Lucent, as you can see on screen, they are looking a bit like, what do we do? You know, we need to do this. We need to do something. We need to turn this round. And this is, you know, this isn't Aerox. This isn't, you know, the last game they had. They could turn it around in that second map. This is Fable. So they're going to have to do something massive here because it is looking like this could be a Fable map already. And that's you know, you don't like to say that. You don't like to see it.
No, you really don't. And honestly, 2 rounds in with Fable playing a different game entirely, and coming against this as Lucent, who probably haven't played Fable all that much, right? With Fable playing more American teams in terms of scrims. Frax just picked up a double kill up in the bowl, but I'm interested to see what Crim's doing.
Oh,
Crim has just
that was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Lucent's probably never come across this kind of thing before.
No.
So it's
it's interesting to see. I'd just like to point out what I'm interested to hear about. I am watching the streams. I am watching people scrim. It's interesting to see, you know, what are these teams doing? These teams like Lucent, the kind of mid-seeded teams. What are they doing when they're scrimming Fable online? What are they doing to try and ensure that when they come to the big leagues, when they come to LAN, that they aren't getting the same things? What strats are they trying to work on it? You know, that's my biggest question in the European community is, are they actually working on different strats, different strategies you know, when they get to these situations? And at the moment, it seems like either Fable are just so good, or Lucent don't have an answer at the moment. They don't have an answer strategically. So
no, I think that is one of the kind of common trends, I guess, in Europe, is that a lot of teams just play to play, right? They, you know, they will enjoy playing the scrims. They enjoy kind of, you know, getting a bit nasty, getting a lot of Nasher fights going on. Yeah. But Fable, they practice smartly, right? They don't put that much time into the game. They do put a lot in. Don't get me wrong, but in comparison to a lot of the American teams, they don't. And the way they play is they just fix one small mistake at a time. They go in with a purpose into every, you know, every fight, every scrim, every game, and they'll look to fix like one small issue. And if they can fix that, they've improved. Yeah. And a lot of European teams really need to learn from that. As Marsh just picks up another beautiful double kill at the top of the screen there. Xuth is trying to get his way out of this, but they're in a real sticky situation around these apples, and Kray's raining down from above with that Lancer in hand. It's going to be good by Lucent.
He is on his own.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to do much.
No, he's gone down.
Just back to your point. You know, you've hit the nail on the head, really. I think I just from the streams I've seen, I think it was either Guy Blaze mentioned that he had spoken to the Fable lot and they had changed their schedules. They've changed their sleeping schedules to match the Americans, and I'm not entirely sure if that is true. But if it is, then they are working much harder than what they used to. They never used to do that. They never used to change their sleeping schedules to try and match the top players, the top teams in America. So yeah, they are. They're a lot more organised in their approach to becoming a top team. So
see you later, Marsh. Oh, there's so many team kills right now. Yeah, I was speaking to Supremacy just before this game actually, and
that's great.
They were saying the same thing. They said they haven't fixed their sleeping patterns per se, like not constantly. Are we gonna get a kill? I think it goes down. However, they did kind of do a small boot camp essentially, where 2 weeks before the event they did do that. Nice kill from Craze. 2 weeks before the event they did change their sleeping patterns. They did try and scrim more American teams, and they said that was the best practice they've had ever.
Fantastic.
They said even though they're playing across the ocean, they're playing on 90, 100 ping, said just getting used to that super high intensity environment where all of the teams are trying their damned hardest to be the best has improved them miles on end. And I think that showed in Vegas when Supremacy went up 7th, 8th. And they said we made mistakes. He said we didn't practice enough. We could have finished top 6 easily, but they made mistakes. And that's the attitude that I'm seeing seeping into this European community. It has started with Fable. Supremacy are picking up on it, and I think a few more of these up-and-coming teams, once this mentality kind of hits, we've seen the boom shot plays. Once this mentality hits, that's a really nice headshot. We'll see a lot more teams
shutting him down pretty quickly there. No legends, you shall not pass. But he does get shut down. And here we see Lucent showing a little bit of life, taking 3 down, and I believe picking up the boomer as well.
Yeah, but we did get a lovely flank there from Phelpsy coming in to shut down pretty much everything. The boom shot did drop. It's in the fire right there.
Apologies, my mistake. I thought Fable had taken that out, but no, okay.
No, Fable did take that out.
Lucent had taken that out. Excuse me.
They didn't manage to switch it and backpack that before they died. Swip it. Swip.
But no, that's brilliant to hear. From going back to your point about Supremacy, that's brilliant to hear, and it does show. Hard work shows, gets results. So yeah, we're definitely starting to see European make a mark in America. So that's fantastic.
That's it.
But it's interesting to see here. So Lucent have got the 2-cap, but Hydrone is taking. Just about to say they have got the 2-cap. Maybe they can set up on this, but Hydrone does take that home, and now he's moving very, very intelligently into the B hill, trying to make a collapse, trying to make a pinch on the Team Lucent team in B.
Yeah, we see Lucent set up, but oh, that's a nice boom shot from Phelpsy. We see them set up, but they're set up around 1 hill, so Fable could have just played homes there and won. I'm not sure.
But look at this. This is excellent team fire.
Oh, that's
and
a nice.
Phelpsy with a double boom. That was excellent team fire as those two Lucent team members tried to back off. That's excellent play there from Fable. And now we see this is going to be a 5-0, I think. And Phelpsy makes sure of that. But the B hill? Oh, the B hill has been capped by Lucent. Apologies.
How have they managed to get in there? Someone's secret man this, and
it's these cameras frozen.
I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to this. Bear with me, stream. I know it's not the best. We need Toby Campbell back on here to do the observing. He's way better than I am. We do see Crazy about to get flanked though. See you later. He's in bits, and Cougars just stay alive as well. But the incense coming in, almost burning him. And the push comes in. Here's the 3 members.
So Cougars, this is massive for Cougars. If he can at least get 1 pick, but he doesn't, though. Unfortunate.
No, he doesn't. Hydrone does get an incendiary kill at the same time as well. So real well played there. We see 3 members down from Lucent. M-Bar in Hydrone's hand. Let's see what's going on here. First shot, very close. Second shot. Bit closer, 3rd shot.
Oh, I think he's hit him though.
Hydrone, I gave you the build-up. And
no, he was thinking, we've already seen some fantastic M-Bar kills on this stream so far. So he was thinking,
overload the casters.
I want my go. I want to go with that thing.
It's true.
But he is missing quite a few shots, but he has hit one.
That wall has taken some pellets.
And doing a great job here, the Lucent member here.
Yeah, he's stayed alive a lot. I mean, the boom shot just coming in the end to finish him up. And well,
yeah,
5-0 now, and Lucent looking a bit despondent there. on the screen.
I feel like at this stage, you know, they're gonna, they're going to. You know, it's one of those things that Fable are doing a great job here in shutting everything that Lucent are throwing. I mean, they did a great job to get the B hill in that situation when they were trip capping, and we thought that's a trip cap done. But you know, Lucent did a great job. But obviously, when you're in your own that situation, Fable, you just saw 1 second, 3 members straight into the B hill, getting that back, picking up the kills and rotating very well. So this is very. I'm sure being a Lucent player right now, this is very hard for them.
Yeah, definitely. So let's have a look at the overheads. We've not looked at this too much this game. The markers are picked up for Fable. And the fight will commence inside this barn. Craze picks up the boom shot already, though. And
that can't happen. Lucent can't let that happen.
Really nice play there from Hydro to get the down. See what's going on here. I was thinking maybe a double boom was going to come out there, but not just yet. Hydro is just running amok in the middle.
Yeah, no, Lucent have done a good job to get the B hill, to you know, get some organisation up at that B hill, but Fable again, you know, picking up the kills, moving well together. We see Marsh and Phelpsy on Lucent's home hill, moving as a team. So they have got to down it, but he's got back up. I thought that was going to be it then. But no, you know, Fable doing a great job here to rotate with each other, work for each other as well, and play as 2 and 3s. And we see again, Phelpsy taking one down. And another.
Yeah, that's 3 dead. Marsh is going to get
getting
the
his mate
revive.
up. There you go. See, that's brilliant play, you know, from Marsh and Phelpsy there to capitalise on that. So, yeah, we're just seeing Fable here. We're seeing good organisation. We're seeing good structure. You know, they're not doing anything too hastily. Sorry, you know, too quick. They're taking their time. Maybe it's because of the opponent they're playing. Maybe, you know, this isn't the supremacy, but they're looking good.
They are looking good. And we see the M-bar has moved over into Fable hands. Oh, there goes someone's head fracture.
We missed it again.
I tell you what, every time I go on them, it's all right. Cougars is going to make up for it with a lovely little kill on Crazed. Krim has got 1 shot left. Oh, almost makes it count. I tell you, it's the curse of the caster. As soon as I'm on them, we miss it. Sorry, as soon as we're on them, they miss it. And as soon as we're not,
So here we see Fable with the 2 cap. Lucent have been they're waiting for that second boom. So this is good. This is a decent setup for Lucent. Get the boom, but Hydrone is going to have something to say about that with these incendiary grenades. Be interested to see how he uses these to break this setup. And Phelpsy kills himself and Cougars. And Fractures does a great job in getting it. And this man already went off in the last map. Can he go? No, but Marsh takes him down pretty quickly.
Yeah, I don't know, in an ideal world, if I was Fractures there, I'd have been taking those incendiaries that just got dropped and using them instead of trying to get in between 2 Fable members. We do see the boom shot getting picked up by Marsh, and this round is slowly getting out of control for Team Lucent. 150 points to 100. We see the Incend kill coming in to stop the denial on B, and
was that?
We're slowly setting back up at 2 again.
Yeah, but you know, again, Fable setting up. They've got an M-bar in hand. They've got a boom. This is going to be very hard for Lucent to break. I don't think they're going to do this. You know, Fable are just slowly, as you see, look, so Craze takes down 1, Krim gets a kill, Phelpsy gets a kill. The slow pressure, the build-up going into that trip cap, that's fantastic. That's what you want to see from a top team like this. So, yeah, it's that slow pressure, takes 1 down, takes 2 down, and then slowly pressures onto the home house. That's fantastic. Now we see a 6-0, and Lucent, they're going to need an angel.
They really are.
You know, in the words of Robbie Williams, they're going to need an angel to save them right now, because they are looking pretty despondent. They're looking down in the dumps. They're going to need an angel.
They are. It is a real tough second game. It really is, and especially after coming off such a hype win to come in and face what is obviously a very on-form Fable right now.
Definitely.
It's got to be disheartening. However, they've got to take a few things out of this. Is that, you know, they did actually get a couple of rounds on Dam, which might sound a bit patronising, but that is actually a feat.
Definitely.
Against this team.
Definitely.
And every team who gets around should potentially be
just there taking down 1.
Yeah, potentially be thinking good things. But I'm not saying this. I'm just seeing Lucent. As soon as I start saying something bad about them, they just turn up.
Maybe you should just completely be negative about Lucent and they'll win this
constantly. No, honestly, it is a thing. But Fractures looking to try and fight this D hill.
But that's again, just I want to say something right now, just in that one scenario. Look, we've got, like, Fable have 4 down.
Yep, 4 down.
And they've got two hills.
Yeah, that should be a trip cap every time.
That should not happen. You know, that should not happen. You know, it's not, I wouldn't say necessarily it's a trip cap, but build
it should
up.
be threatening it,
It should be threatening, yeah, it should be threatening. I mean, you know, you can't let that happen. If you take down 4 members, you need to build on that. You need to have some organisation. You can't let them take your own home hill.
Yeah, you've got to look at that and go, what's the reward for this, right? We've done the hard work.
Exactly.
What's our reward?
Exactly.
If it's not a weapon, it's a hill. If it's not a hill, it's you know, some map control, or you know, perhaps a timer for the next weapon coming up. There's always a reward somewhere, and it's that identification that is what kind of newer teams struggle with.
Definitely, definitely. And now we see Lucent regaining their home hill and also having E. So this is good for if you're a Lucent fan here.
Definitely so. And we do see a slight point lead for Fable that will be cancelled out, assuming they don't break a hill in just a second, as we see a fight commencing in barn. Legends very red, I'm not sure from where. Phelpsy just get taken out though, which is going to slow this Fable push slightly. Legends meeting this 1v1.
Oh,
Just get taken out.
Absolute class there from Marsh to get that reaction shot there. Absolute class. Just a showing of these guys and how individually skilled they are. Marsh takes the second as well, and now they're regaining E. And Marsh takes the third as well. Now they're regaining E hill again, and this is a sad moment for Lucent.
It is indeed.
And Krim is just running at them. No remorse, and that is it. Fable are done. 7-0, 2-0 Fable. And again, you know, as I said, I'm going to go back to that point just because it so perfectly, you know, sums up exactly what happened in that match. You know, Fable had 4 members down and still had 2 hills. You know, Lucent cannot let that happen. They need to, when they've got those 4 kills, they need to stop running into one position, and they need to regain themselves, and there needs to be a communicator. I mean, I was talking before this match that they've got such strong communication, but maybe it's a little bit frantic, and you know, especially the team they're playing, Fable, someone like Fable, you know, maybe it's a little bit frantic. They're making the wrong decisions because they're being a bit frantic when they get those 4 kills. I can imagine one of the Spanish people, you know, one of the Spanish team members, they stood up, got hyped. But no, you need to concentrate, you know what I mean? So,
well, that's just it. We didn't hear them at all.
No.
We're not sat too far away. You can see the stage just behind us, and there's not much noise coming from that stage right now. And compared to what was going on in the game before, yeah, it really swung when Lucent started getting hyped. They just brought none of that to that main stage game. Fable with a 14-2 in the end, looking super strong. We didn't expect all that much less, to be honest, from them. We always expect them to be strong coming over to these events in Europe, but not that strong. I mean, they did look on fire, especially that second map. They were practicing things mid-game, right? That was a different Fable. They were practicing these 2 hill setups. They were obviously taking a few things from Vegas and realized that they have some things to work on that perhaps they're not the best at still. They're good at slaying, but yeah, their map control, their hill control could be better. So looks like they're changing their books a little bit.
I want to say something. The Fable of old, in that, you know, there's certain scenarios in that dam map, they probably would have pushed, you know, when they've got 3 guys, you know, when they've killed 3 members of the other team, they probably would have pushed for a trip cap.
Oh yeah.
But you know, you said it. You know, very surprised in seeing the organisation from Fable there to set up and slow down and get position on the map, and that's fantastic to see. You know, that's fantastic to see, and you know, Fable are looking like a very strong team, and I think a lot of these European teams are going to be very scared when they see the matchup on Fable. The only team we have, I feel, and at this moment in time, the only team I feel has a chance of maybe breaking that is Supremacy, and you know, it's going to be interesting to see when if the Supremacy and Fable match up. I'm casting for that, let me tell you, because I want to see that. 100% I want to see that.
Well, we've got news coming up next. We have Devious versus Aerox, which, you know, tells me a couple of things about what's gone on over on the side stations as we've been casting this. Devious were 1-0 up against Odin.
Yes.
Aerox lost against Lucent, so that means Odin has brought that back and turned the tides. We've seen not an upset, but we've seen a return trade there of maps, and yeah, Devious dropping to that losers bracket. They will be upset at that, especially after being 1-0 up.
Well, when I saw them play, they were looking very strong, actually, Devious, very strong, and they've got, you know, they've just gained a coach in Sigma, sorry, Ant. For you know, if anyone, you know, for those not in the European community don't know, Ant is a used to be a former player. But you know, they've picked him up as a coach. They're looking good. They are looking good. They, you know, I watched them. I had the pleasure of watching them on station number 3, and they were looking good. I believe they were playing. K Empathy's team, which I believe they're called Beware, and they look very strong. They look, you know, they're shot, you know, the individual skill. They were taking their 1Bs, taking their 2Vs, and you saw Demonic get up a couple of times and shout some rubbish at the, shout some rubbish at Beware. But yeah, they're looking strong. So it'll be an interesting matchup. And Aerox, again, another strong team. I think me and Toby talked about them a little bit. A couple of young players, not got much LAN experience, and then a couple of players who are very experienced. You know, it's going to be a very interesting matchup to see Aerox versus Devious, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So yep, Aerox versus Devious coming up next. We're going to go to a short break. We will be back shortly, though, with this game coming up. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you shortly.